topic of structures for IIR system. So one of the simplest structures possible for IIR system is the direct form structure. Direct DIRECT. Direct form structure. And if you remember, the transfer function for IIR systems, then it will contain both poles as well as zeros. Okay, this is the system function for any IIR system. Because of the denominator polynomial, it will contain finite poles. In the FIR system, you were having only the numerator term. If you remember, you can write down the difference equation also. So if you have the feedback from output to input because of these AKs, if you have non-zero AKs, then you will have a feedback from the output because the difference equation yz upon xz will be of this kind: y of n plus summation a k y of n minus k is equal to 1 to n is equal to bk summation x of n minus k is equal to 0 to n. This is the general difference equation representing any IIR system because of this finite or say non-zero AKs and feedback from output to input. You are having yn is a function of past output samples, y of n minus 1, y of n minus 2 and y of n minus capital N. Capital N is the order of the system. Degree of the numerator polynomial is also called order of the system. So it can be a second order system, third order system, and practical systems will be, of course, very large, and capital N may be even more than 1000 in value. So if you directly start from this difference equation for implementing this IIR system, that will lead us to the direct form structure. So let us start from this difference equation directly. That's why it is called direct form, because we are directly implementing this difference equation. So assuming that we are given with signal xn. Now if you pass it through various delay elements, z to the power minus 1, z to the power minus 1, etc., then you will obtain x of n minus 1, x of n minus 2, up to x of n minus capital N. So just by passing the input signal through multiple delay elements, which are say capital M in number, I will obtain these delayed version of the input, that is x of n minus 1, x of n minus 2, x of n minus n. Now these are to be multiplied by bk. If you expand this equation, it will be b0 into x of n plus b1 into x of n minus 1 plus b2 into x of n minus 2, and last element will be bm x of n minus n. So I multiply this directly x of n by b0, I multiply this x of n minus 1 by b1, and similar multiplication for other elements. This last element will be bm. Now I will add them two at a time, assuming that I have an adder which adds two numbers at a time. So I am now adding all these terms because I need to add all these m plus 1 terms. So I need to put an arrow like this. Is it clear? This is in fact the FIR implementation of the numerator. Now similarly you start with your output terminal yn. Pass it through multiple delay elements similar to the input. What will you obtain? Y of n minus 1, y of n minus 2, y of n minus 3, etc. And the last element will be y of n minus capital N.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, some students want to join, sir. They are not in the classroom yet, so please admit them.
You, why don't you send me the mail for adding? I have added few students. So send me mail also, okay? Is it clear? We are passing the input through delay elements. We are also passing the output through delay elements. Now, you see here, I need to multiply my output samples by A1, A2, etc. So I will multiply this yn minus 1 by A1, yn minus 2 by A2, and similarly the last element will be multiplied by an. Now I will add them two at a time. So I am using an adder for adding all these numbers. Now whatever is the output here, that will be added, and whatever I will obtain my y. So this is the direct form, and sometimes we call it, because we can obtain the variation of this, so this is called direct form 1. Direct form 1. This form. Is it clear to one and all? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
What is happening? I want to rub this extended portion down. Just so this is what is it clear? Y of n minus 1, y of n minus 2, and the last element will be. So directly, you know, these coefficients A1, A2, An, B1, B2, Bn, they are directly appearing in the implementation of this direct form 1 structure. Now, a reduction in the, and you know, each delay element is representing one memory register, and clock is always implied in these block diagrams, although it is not explicitly shown here, but there is always a clock which will move the number from one element to the next at the occurrence of the clock cycle. Whatever is at yn minus 1, it will be moved to yn minus 2. Whatever is yn minus 2, it will become yn minus 3 at the occurrence of the clock cycle. So We don't show the clock directly here in this block diagram, but there is a clock always present which is used for multiplication and addition operation, and as well as for shifting of the data from one register to the next. Now, one modification of this direct form structure can be done, that this entire block diagram, this portion can be shifted here in the input side, because this portion is implementing your denominator. This portion is implementing numerator polynomial, FIR numerator. Now, I mean, the order of implementation of numerator polynomial and denominator polynomial can always be interchanged without overall changing the transfer function. See, this is the overall transfer function which I am implementing. This is the h of z I am implementing. Whether I implement first poles or first zeroth, it hardly matters, because I can write down h1z into 1 upon h2z. So whether, I mean, it's a cascade of h1z is this. It is a cascade of implementation of h1 with 1 upon h2z. Whether I implement first this portion or this portion, cascade will not directly affect the results. Is it clear? So what we are doing the modification in the direct form 2. How to obtain direct form 2 from direct form 1? You are shifting this entire block which is implementing the poles from output to the input side. Now what is the benefit for doing that? Now if you mentally see here, this will involve various daily elements. I am shifting this entire block here. And assuming that capital N is equal to N, without loss of generality, you can always assume capital M equal to N. So I am shifting this block diagram here. Z to the power minus 1, Z to the power minus 1, Z to the power minus 1, A1, A2, and last element is A. Agreed? This entire block is shifted and plotted. Of course, you have to add that. Now, do you see this delay element is common? So, these delay elements can be combined together. Now, when you are shifted, you have to remove it from here. दोनों जगह थोड़ी होगा. Or do you see the derivation of direct form 2 from direct form 1? You are interchanging the implementation of this entire block with this block. That can always be done in the signal flow graph or say implementation, because whether you implement the numerator first or first the denominator, overall transfer function will remain unchanged. But the advantage of doing this will be that now you can combine these two different delay elements and just make them one delay element. So number of registers will be reduced. Is it clear? So finally, let me draw the direct form 2. Ultimately, I have combined these common delay elements and these coefficients are B0, B1, and the last coefficient is Bn, and these coefficients are, in fact, there is a mistake here. All these coefficients will be minus A1. All these coefficients will be A1, A2, they will be with minus sign. Why? Because y of n will be minus of, you have to take this entire term on the right hand side. This term will be going to the right side for implementing YL. So all AKs will be coming with plus sign or minus sign?
Minus.
Minus, because this entire term will be shifted to the right. So every AKs will be associated with minus. So minus A1, minus A2, and the last term will be minus AN. So we are assuming that capital N is equal to capital N. If it is not, sum of the AKs or BKs will be 0. Now you add them. This is x of n. You add 2 at a time. You will obtain y of n. This is the direct form 2 for IIR system. So what was the overall transfer function? You can see your h of z was summation bk z to the power minus k is equal to 0 to n divided by 1 plus ak z to the power minus k is equal to 1 to n. So just if you know the value of these coefficients b0, b1, b2, they are directly appearing in the overall structure without any modification. Whatever the values of AKs are there, they are directly appearing here. Without any modification, so if you are given this h of z, you can directly plot these direct form 1 as well as direct form 2 structures. What is the benefit of direct form 2? The delay elements have been reduced because they have been combined together. डायरेक्ट फॉर्म 2 कहां से आया? डायरेक्ट फॉर्म 1 से, by interchanging the implementation of numerator and denominator polynomial. Agreed? So all these arrows, direction of arrows matters actually. You need to put arrows. Without arrow, half of the graph will be assumed. तो बिना डायरेक्शन ऑफ एरो के किस तरफ जाना है, दैट इज नॉट क्लियर. ओके, इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Now let us take another, just one more example, just to illustrate again the same thing. Say 1 plus 3 z inverse plus 5 z to the power minus 2 divided by 1 plus 7 z minus 1 plus 9 z to the power minus 2 plus 13 z to the power minus 3. Let us say you are interested in plotting the direct form 2. How will you do? You start with delay elements z to the power minus 1, z to the power minus 2, rather z to the power minus 1. How many delay elements will be there? 3, because it is a third order system. This will be B0. What is the value of B0? 1. This will be B1. What is the value of B1? 3. What is the value of B2? 5. What is the value of B3? You can also write it like 0 into z to the power minus 3. This last element will be 0. Now you add that. Now what is the input side? This will be minus A1. So minus 7, minus 9. And what will be the value of this element? Anyone? क्या होगा ये?
Minus 13.
Minus 13. This one. ठीक है, and now you have to add this. So 0 को if you want to omit it, you can also omit. So without loss of generality, if power of numerator and denominator, they are not same, some of the coefficient of bk's or ak's will be 0. And the coefficients are directly appearing in the implementation or graph without any modification. So just by noting down this h of z, I can directly obtain the direct form to structure of the given IIR filter. So generally, generally second order filters are implemented because of many advantages in the modularity and in the finite word length effects. So in that case, this will be 0. Okay. So this will be the IIR structure for a general second order system having this kind of block. So how many? This will be my y of n, this will be x of n. How many? Suppose I start from the input node and travel to the output node. This is one forward path. Let me make some other color if possible. See this color क्यों नहीं आ रहा? This is one forward path from input to the output. Is it visible now in the green color?
Yes, sir.
What is the second forward path? This is the second forward path. Forward path is the path which originates from the input node and terminates on the output node without traversing any node twice. This will also be taught in your control system engineering. How to find out forward paths from input node to the output node. You have to traverse from input node to the output node without traversing any node twice. And you have to move in the direction of arrows only. And none of the direction can be reversed by placing a minus sign. Normally in the circuit analysis, sometimes you reverse the direction of current and you can assume your current direction in any one, assume direction. Here the direction of arrows cannot be changed. Then you have to remember it. तुम समझ रहे हो कि नहीं समझ रहे हो जो मैं कह रहा हूँ? तुम सर्किट एनालिसिस करते होंगे, तो क्या करते हो? I1 इधर ले लिया, किसी ने I2 इधर लिया, किसी ने I2 अपोजिट में लिया, तो I2 की वैल्यू किसी भी डायरेक्शन में ले लेते हो तुम लोग एरो. यहां पे एरो चेंज नहीं करना. एंड व्हाट इज द थर्ड ब्रांच? It is this. So, and what are the gains of these forward paths? You multiply z to the power 1. So, this is the gain of the first forward path. This is the gain of the second forward path. This is the gain of the third forward path. So, all forward path gains are directly appearing in the numerator coefficients. Is that visible?
Yes, sir.
देखो ये यहां से मैं दोबारा ले रहा हूं, ये z to the power minus 1 into 3. That is precisely the gain of this. Second term is 5 into z to the power minus 2. So z to the power minus 1 into z to the power minus 1 into 5. What is the gain of this part? 5 into z to the power minus 2. Return. And what about these terms? What about these terms? 7 into z to the power minus 1 and 9 into z to the power minus 2. These are the loop gain product. This is the loop. I am plotting it as circle. What is the gain of this? Anyone? Minus 7 into z to the power minus 1. What is the gain of the second loop? You start from this terminal and return back. What is the gain of the second loop? It is minus 9 into z to the power minus 2. दोबारा प्लॉट करोगे इसको? Let me plot it again. Z to the power minus 1, z to the power minus 1. क्या क्या थे इधर? 1 3 5 1 3 5. This is yn. इधर क्या क्या है? माइनस
7 9.
minus 7 minus 9. ये देखो, ये लूप बन रहा है कि नहीं बन रहा है? यहां से स्टार्ट हो रहा हूं और इसी तरह इसी नोड पे आऊंगा. ऐसे सेकंड लूप क्या बनेगा? ये. तो फाइनली तुम्हारा जो ट्रांसफर फंक्शन होता है वो होता है गेन ऑफ द फर्स्ट फॉरवर्ड पाथ, गेन ऑफ द सेकंड फॉरवर्ड पाथ, गेन ऑफ द थर्ड फॉरवर्ड पाथ डिवाइडेड बाय 1 माइनस लूप गेन minus loop gain of the second loop, LWP, loop gain, लूप गेन जो भी है उसको 1 माइनस करते हैं. ये तुम फार्मूला पढ़ोगे, ये तुम्हारे पास सिग्नल फ्लो ग्राफ भी आया कंट्रोल्स में, एंड दिस विल बी कॉल्ड देयर मेसन्स गेन फार्मूला. मेसन्स गेन फार्मूला आएगा कंट्रोल में, वहां भी ये काम आती है थ्योरी. तो डायरेक्टली यदि मैं सिग्नल फ्लो ग्राफ देके ट्रांसफर फंक्शन पूछूं तो क्या करोगे? समेशन ऑफ ऑल दी फॉरवर्ड पाथ गेन्स. these g1 g2 आर दी फॉरवर्ड पाथ गेन्स. फॉरवर्ड पाथ नंबर 1, फॉरवर्ड पाथ नंबर 2, फॉरवर्ड पाथ नंबर 3. देयर आर 3 फॉरवर्ड पाथ्स. And then you find out the loops there in the signal flow graph. This is the first loop, this is the second loop. Okay? और नॉन टचिंग लूप्स वगैरह भी आता है वहां, और थोड़ा देयर विल बी सम मॉडिफिकेशन ऑफ दिस. देयर विल बी मोर intricacies if there are, because here you see some of the nodes are common in both the loops. That is allowed. But the loops are not non-touching. So these are all, touching loops. If there are non-touching loops also, the formula needs to be modified. Here the loops are non-touching, so this is the simple formula for remembering the h of z or verifying your answer. It should be 1 minus loop gain. That's why minus sign is coming here. Because in the original h of z, I was having, where is my h of z? here. This was my original h of z given to me. Because all the terms are positive here, this will represent G1, G2, G3. This will represent first minus loop gain 1. This will represent minus of second loop gain. Now, there is again modification of this, and that is called transposed structure or transposed form of the structure. This is again related with the signal flow graph theory. You will learn in the control system engineering in detail. Control system engineering. But what this transposed form is, it is based on transposed or transposition theorem in the signal flow graph theory. Transposition theorem. What is this theorem saying for signal flow graphs? This transposition theorem is saying that if you interchange the direction of all the arrows, if we reverse the direction of arrows, direction of all arrows in a signal flow graph, and interchange the input with output, then your transfer function h of z will be unchanged. H of z will remain same. This is what the transposition theorem says. Let me again repeat it. And in fact, this transposition theorem can be applied for any structure which we have discussed so far. This is a very general theorem. What this theorem is saying that if you interchange the direction of all the arrows in a signal flow graph, किसी एक की नहीं कर रहे हैं, मैंने अभी कहा था arrows change नहीं कर सकते तुम, लेकिन सारे के सारे कर दें और xm is interchanged with y of n, that is allowed, क्योंकि हमने arrow change किया और input को भी तो output से change कर दिया, that is allowed. And what this transposition theorem is saying that under these conditions your transfer function, that is yz upon xz, will remain unchanged. Is that clear? So you can obtain the transposed form or transposed structure of any given signal flow graph also. That will give a, and likewise you can obtain a transposed form 1 and transposed form 2, depending upon whether you are taking the transpose of direct form 1 or direct form 2. Is that clear? Now coming to the cascade form. In this cascade form structure, your given system function is decomposed into multiplication of number of factors. H1, H2, H3, H4 up to, let us say, k number of factors. So you need to factorize the numerator and denominator polynomial for implementing cascade form. Say for example, 1 plus 3 z to the power minus 1, 1 plus 5 z to the power minus 1, plus 7 z to the power minus 2, upon 1 plus 5 z to the power minus 2, 1 plus 7 z to the power minus 1, plus 13 z to the power minus 2, whatever. So you have factorized the numerator polynomial way and denominator polynomial also. In general they will be, say, second order systems. In general, if it is only first order term, then you can make some of the AKs and BKs as 0. Now, so I can consider this as my H1z and this as my H2z. You implement them separately and put the output of one as input to the next. That is the meaning of cascade. Output of one is given as input to the next. So H2z, H1z, and likewise you implement all the simple cascaded sections, and then output of the last section will represent my output. And now you implement these individual second order systems or subsystems in the direct form 2 form. So what will be the direct form 2 of this? Anyone now? बोलो, z to the power -1, z to the power -1 और ये क्या होगा? बोलो इसके कोएफिशिएंट ये 1, 3, 0 और इसके -5,
-11.
-11. देखते ही पता लग रहा है. This is the implementation of this. Similarly, what is the implementation of your next block? बोलो जल्दी, अब तो आ गया तुमको. क्या होगा?
157.
157.
Very good. Direction of arrows matters. What are the elements here?
-7, -13.
-7, -13. That's it. And you add that. Now this arrow will be like this. So output of this first block is fed as the input, and output of the last block is my binary. This is binary. This is my input, x of n. Is that clear? Now again, here there will be some liberty or flexibility in choosing one particular factor of numerator with one factor of the denominator polynomial. There is a liberty. I mean, it's not always that I need to choose this 1 plus 5 with 1 plus 3. I could have chosen 1 plus 5 z inverse plus 11 z inverse with this term. All will be giving you exact result or same result, of course with infinite precision arithmetic. But if you are using finite precision arithmetic, output can be different. So people have suggested, ways of, or some rules have been derived for combining a suitable numerator term with a suitable denominator term. Okay. So we are not going into that at the moment, but for cascade implementation and from the point of view of finite word length effects, this cascade structure will be best one. From given other structures and cascade and parallel implementation also, in general, the cascade structure is preferred over other structures as far as finite word length effects are concerned. Now coming to the last structure, that is the parallel form. So in this parallel form, you will be making the partial fraction expansion of the given system function, some constant plus, say, a1 upon 1 plus p1 z inverse plus a2 upon 1 minus p2 z inverse and so on. So you have made a partial fraction expansion of the given h of z. And you can find out the a1, a2, and this constant can be 0 also. P1, P2 are of course your pole positions. Roots of the denominator polynomial, they are called poles. P1, P2 are actually representing pole positions of the given filter. Roots of the numerator polynomial are called zeros of the filter. Roots of the denominator polynomial are called poles of the filter. And of course, zeros and poles will completely determine a given filter. If I give you the location of all the zeros and location of all the poles, that means filter is completely specified. Of course, that multiplicative constant needs to be given as well. So within a multiplicative constant, that is called sometimes scale factor. But this position of zeros as well as position of poles actually matters most, and depending upon the pole location, your system can be stable or unstable, and your system can be low pass filter or so. Pole location for a low pass filter will be completely different from pole location for a high pass filter, and so on. We will come back to this issue in the next class. But or in the design of, let us say, filters. We will study the next chapter. That will be design of filters. There we will be actually concerned with the actual location of the zeros as well as poles of a given filter, and the location of zeros and poles will matter most. So if given any exact, and if you are required to find out a parallel form structure of that IR filter, ultimately you have to make a partial fraction expansion of this kind, and then you implement this in this form. Implement this A1 upon 1 minus P1 Z inverse. Implement second structure A2 upon something, and you add the output of all these. That will be your Y. What will be the implementation of individual block like this? It will be a forward path gain with A1 and a loop with a gain of, or let me write down it like this. Let me write down this A1 here. This is 1. If some of the term on a particular branch are not written, it will be implied to be 1. The gain branch transmittance is always assumed to be 1. If some number is not written on an arrow, it is always implied to be 1. So what will be the, can you give me the transfer function of this filter? What is the forward path gain? A1. What is the loop gain? P1 into Z inverse. So what will be the denominator polynomial? 1 minus loop gain. Numerator is the forward path gain. Numerator of these terms are forward path gain, and similarly you can implement this second law with A2 upon 1 minus P2 into Z inverse. Now sometimes these P1, P2 can be complex also. Value of poles can be complex as well. Nothing wrong in that. And sometimes you can combine these simple second order terms to form a second order term so that all the coefficients are real. Because if some of the coefficients A1, A2 and P1, P2 are complex, then in general complex multiplication will require more computation than a real computation, real multiplication. So you avoid generally multiplication by complex numbers. In that case, you can always combine. In that case, your P1 and P2 will be complex conjugate of each other, and likewise A1 and A2 will also be complex conjugate. Is that clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
And now Just I will take the example of a lattice structure for IIR systems, and then we will close. There will be no class on Thursday. I am out of station on Thursday. So we'll meet on Monday at again 1 p.m. Is that fine? हमारी नेक्स्ट क्लास मंडे को होगी at 1 p.m. Is that fine?
Okay, sir.
Now come to, let me, because now what I'm going to teach may not be there in your examination because that is slightly involved. But let me complete the topic. It is very simple for that matter. What we are saying is the ladder implementation of a IIR system. So suppose you are given a difference equation yn is equal to minus an y of n minus k is equal to 1 to n plus x of n. Suppose you are given this difference equation. Now if I interchange the value of input and output, what will be the resulting difference equation? It will be minus an x of n minus k is equal to 1 to n plus y of n. What I have done? I have interchanged xn with yn. What is this system? IIR or FIR?
FIR.
FIR only, because you don't have yn minus k. Your yn is a function of past inputs only. So this is an FIR system. This is an IIR system. And these coefficients are same. So if this FIR system is implementing some polynomial, say b of z, then this IIR will be implementing 1 upon b of z. So just by interchanging the role of input and output node, an FIR filter can be converted into an IIR system which does not have a numerator polynomial. Is that fine? मुझे FIR फिल्टर दिया हुआ है और मुझे IIR फिल्टर चाहिए 1 upon BZ वाला. कितना सिंपल काम है? You have to interchange the input and output, and of course the direction of arrows need to be reversed in this case. X of n और y of n जब तुम कर रहे हो, but the point is that the filter yz upon xz implemented by this and yz upon xz implemented by this, they are related by this simple relation. That is one thing. The next case is, so if I do this for a lattice structure, let me do this for a lattice one. So see, my lattice was described by these equations. Your f of n and your, make it subset, g of n fn is equal to fn minus 1n plus km gm n minus 1 n minus 1, Likewise, your GMN was Km Fm minus 1 plus Gm minus 1 and minus 1. Set it as. Or rather, in these equations, you will not have Jacobi's. These are the describing equations. These are the describing equations of the FIR lattice. If you remember. Km are the coefficients of the lattice, and your Fm and Gmn, they are expressed in terms of Fm minus 1 and Gm minus 1. So these are the recursion relations for a FIR lattice. Now if I write down the same equation in this way, f of m minus 1 is equal to f of m minus km into Gm minus 1 into n minus 1. I can write down the same equation. I am not changing this lower equation for FIR lattice. I am only writing down this upper FIR equation in this way. And here what is happening? That my f of n minus 1 is written in terms of Fm. Here Fm was written in terms of Fm minus 1. Is that clear? So here I am doing the recursion from higher to lower. That is one difference. And because of that, if I write down my y of n as the input side, and if I take my x of n as last lattice output, then if your lattice is representing FIR filter but with this interchange of input and output, I can obtain an IIR lattice structure which is implementing 1 upon V of z. Is that clear? मैंने क्या कर दिया, इनपुट को अभी हम क्या लिखते थे हमारे FIR में, इसको हम लिखते थे x of n. अभी मैं क्या लिख रहा हूं, अभी मैं क्या लिख रहा हूं f0n को,
y of
अभी मैं आउटपुट लिख रहा हूं. पहले FIR में मैं ये लिखता था. So this has to be now replaced because I am interchanging. पहले मैं क्या करता था, लास्ट लेटिस का आउटपुट को क्या लिखता था yn, अभी मैंने क्या लिख दिया xn. So what I have done in the FIR lattice that I have interchanged the role of input and आउटपुट. और इनपुट अब तुम देखो, तुम्हारा इनपुट तो है हायर ऑर्डर का और आउटपुट है लोअर ऑर्डर का, तो तुमको हायर ऑर्डर से लोअर ऑर्डर को डिराइव करना पड़ेगा कि नहीं पड़ेगा. Fn से Fn माइनस 1, फिर F2 से F1, F1 से F0. उसके लिए मुझे क्या इक्वेशन है, ये रही, मैंने उसको चेंज कर लिया. ये इक्वेशन कब थी, FIR की, जब मैं लोअर ऑर्डर से हायर ऑर्डर को डिराइव करता था. मुझे क्या करना है इस केस में, लोअर ऑर्डर डिराइव करना है फ्रॉम हायर ऑर्डर. व्हाई? बिकॉज दिस इज द केस, my lower order is output, my higher order is input. तो मुझे input से output चाहिए. So from f of n I need to derive f0n. So I need a recursion formula which provides me this kind of relation. Is that clear? और ये कहां से आई है, ये वही FIR के एक्सेप्ट के हमने एक टर्म को उधर लिख लिया. Is that clear? इससे लेटिस ये बनेगी. You start from this side. This upper branch is having a gain of -1, lower branch is having a gain of k1. विल बी K2 नाउ। और सारी लेटेस्ट ये इस डायरेक्शन में जाएगी। Output of this branch, this will be my input, and this will be my output. तो हम क्या कह रहे हैं कि यदि मेरी xn इधर होती और yn इधर होती, तो ये मैंने बस लेटिस को इधर से ड्रॉ किया है। यदि ये xn होता और यहां पे मेरा yn होता, तो ये मेरी FIR लेटिस होती, एक्सेप्ट विद दिस डिफरेंस कि ये वहां पे k1 भी प्लस होते। एग्रीड और नॉट? यदि मेरा xn है इधर और यहाँ yn है, अब मैंने क्या कर दिया, इंटरचेंज कर दिया, तो मुझे क्या मिल गया, यहाँ पे मैंने yn कर दिया और यहाँ पे मुझे xn कर दिया। तो मेरी ये लोअर जो ब्रांच है ये मैंने चेंज नहीं की जी की, केवल मैंने अपर ब्रांच के एरो चेंज किए हैं। ये सारे एरो इधर ही है, अपर ब्रांच के एरो इधर है। ये क्यों करना पड़ रहा है? जब मुझे xn से आउटपुट की तरफ जाना पड़ रहा है, एंड माय रिजल्टिंग इक्वेशन इज दिस। इसमें यहाँ पे माइनस आ गया, दैट्स व्हाई माइनस इज अपीयरिंग इन दैट लेटिस। जबकि FIR लेटिस में क्या था, FIR लेटिस में प्लस KM आ रहा है, इसलिए सारे KM किसके थे, पॉजिटिव KM, K1 K1 सारे एक जगह, K2 K2 सारे एक जगह, एक ही साइन के। यहां पे मैंने क्या कर दिया, IIR लेटिस में KM का साइन क्या आ रहा है, F में, F वाली ब्रांच या टॉप ब्रांच में क्या आ रहा है साइन K का, माइनस। इसलिए मेरा ये माइनस अपर ब्रांच में क्या जा रहा है, माइनस K1 माइनस K2। लोअर ब्रांच में चेंज नहीं किया है मैंने, क्योंकि मेरी GM की इक्वेशन अनचेंज्ड है। इज दैट क्लियर? My equation for this GM remains same as it was for FIR system. Point is, यदि मैं कहूं कि summary is this, suppose I give you that, give me the latest implementation of this IIR filter, क्या करोगे? You will find out K1 and K2, which you are doing for a FIR filter. यदि मुझे FIR filter B of Z बनाना होता तो मैं K1 K2 निकालता कि नहीं निकालता? Shurkon established test. तो 1/BZ का implementation is simplest, and that is the structure implementation for 1/BZ. You have to, procedure remains same. You have to find out the value of K1 and K2, K3, etc. The direction needs to be measured. मैंने पहले कहा होगा पहली क्लास में, डायरेक्शन इंपॉर्टेंट होती है भाई, समझ गए? हेलो,
यस सर।
हाँ भाई,
यस।
समझे कि नहीं समझे? हेलो,
यस सर।
अरे BZ बनाना होता तो क्या करते हैं, FIR फिल्टर बनाना होता तो क्या करते हैं, ये जो YN मेरा लिखा हुआ है अभी यहाँ क्या लिखते हैं, XN लिखते, और इस XN की जगह YN लिखते, और उसके इसमें सारे K1 K2 पॉजिटिव होते, और ये एरो भी किधर जाते, उल्टे डायरेक्शन में। यदि 1/BZ इंप्लीमेंट करना है तो माइनर चेंज क्या हुआ कि टॉप ब्रांच के एरोज उल्टे हो गए और XN की जगह YN लिख दिया और YN की जगह XN लिख दिया। लोअर ब्रांच के फिल्टर के कोफिशिएंट अभी भी FIR हैं। यदि मैं लोअर ऑर्डर ब्रांच से लेता हूं मुझे अभी भी FIR फिल्टर कोएफिशिएंट मिलेंगे। समझ गए? मैंने एक लाइन दोबारा बोल के खत्म कर रहा हूं। मुझे B ऑफ Z निकालना होता है, FIR फिल्टर निकालना होता है, उसका मैं डिस्क्राइब कर चुका पहले। बहुत सिंपल था, K1 K2 में सब पॉजिटिव थे, इधर मेरा XN होता, बस मैंने उसको रीड्रॉ कर दिया। नॉर्मली हम लेफ्ट में XN देते थे और YN आउटपुट में देते थे। यदि इसको FIR बनाना हो तो XN में इधर भी लिख सकता हूँ, YN इधर लेफ्ट में लिख सकता हूँ, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? बस लेटेस्ट में मेरे K1 K1 सब पॉजिटिव होते, K2 K2, और ये टॉप ब्रांच में एरो की डायरेक्शन उल्टी होती, फ्रॉम राइट टू लेफ्ट होती। ये ऐसे होती, ये यदि ऐसे होती और ये XN होता और ये YN होता तो ये मेरा FIR फिल्टर बन जाता। ओके, वो जो पहले पढ़ा है। हमको इसको 1/BZ बनाना होता है तो क्या कर दिया, केवल हमने XN की जगह YN कर दिया, ये डायरेक्शन ऑफ एरोज बदल दिए और YN की जगह मैंने XN कर दिया। ये जाके पढ़ लो आज, ठीक है? इतना तो, इतना कोर्स में है। एग्रीड? तो अपन मिलेंगे नेक्स्ट मंडे।